It's me and I'm back again with another video. Today I'm doing a review of A.S. King's Glory O'Brien's History of the Future. Now, if you've been with my channel long enough, or if you just subscribed and you decided that you were going to take a look back, you will know that I have a review of A.S. King's Reality Boy. Or at least I should, and if I don't, then I feel stupid for telling you. But if I do, I'll make sure to leave a link to that in the description below, because that book was like one of my favorite books from last year. I loved it like to bits and pieces. And so when I saw that Glory O'Brien was finally in paperback and it was a little bit less expensive, I decided that I needed to buy it. And so I bought it, and then I read it in a day because it was A.S. King and I couldn't put it down. But it being A.S. King is not enough for me to love this book as much as I want it to, because I don't want to give too much away, I don't want to spoil anything, but this is sort of a, I think I would classify it as sort of like a magical realism, sort of paranormal realism, level, like, it's really hard for me to like put it in a category of like genre-based things. But basically what happens is Glory and her friend, I forgot her friend's name, which I don't even care to look for, but Glory and her friend, who lives on like this hippie commune, they drink this thing, like this little petrified bat, and then they both start getting really weird transmissions, and Glory's is of the future, and so she decides that she is going to write everything down so she can be prepared and sort of try and stop it. And that's sort of where it fell off for me, because there was a preface at the beginning of the book where they drink the petrified bat, and then halfway through the book you get to that point in the story, and to me I never like it when the prologue just winds up being part of the book, because I just think that it was totally unnecessary for you to write the prologue and for me to read the prologue only to read it again in a slightly differently worded fashion, because to me that it's supposed to have happened before the story and not during the story. And so the whole petrified bat drinking thing was really weird to me. I didn't understand it. Glory as a character I loved. I liked the fact that she was sort of apathetic and just distant, and she was just like doing what Glory wanted to do, and she wasn't trying to just fit into like a box. Like, she didn't know what she wanted to do with her life. And in that sense, I found it really relatable to just a lot of people who don't know what they want to do, but they want to do, I don't know. If you are one of those people, like I am, then I think you'll really relate to Glory in that sense. Now, when it comes to what I classify as the magical realism, like sci-fi, paranormal bit, I don't really know if it is any of those things. I just heard the term magical realism and I wanted to use it, maybe, possibly, who knows. But the whole transmission from the future part, that's the part of the story that I didn't like, and I feel like that's sort of the most important part of the story, because it's the premise of what the story is about. Like, these transmissions from the future is really supposed to make the story special, and not special, but it's like the whole crux of the plot. And to me, I just found, when I got to learn what those transmissions were, I just was like, really? And it didn't make any sense to me. Like, I couldn't see how that would actually possibly happen. But at the same time, I liked reading about it. Like, even though it was so far-fetched in my opinion that such a thing could really happen. Although I know that there are people out there who would want something like this to happen. Like, I could see people like wanting the things to happen that Glory sees. I could see people even trying to make it a thing, but I don't know if I could ever believe it actually becoming a thing. And I think that's the part that really just broke my suspension of disbelief. But at the same time, I could see how, like, the fact that it breaks your suspension of disbelief is what makes it so shocking to Glory. And so even though it did annoy me, I could see why it was just so, like, important for her to document. And as the story continued on from, you know, when she first gets the transmissions until they eventually end, it was interesting to see that sort of a future that she was seeing, even if I hope and I pray that such a thing never happens. But at the end of the day, I did really enjoy this. I liked Glory as a character. who else shows up in here? Her mom is dead. That's not really a spoiler. Like, they tell you that at the beginning. So it's just her and her mom and her hippie friend and her hippie friend's mom. And I did like the subplot that was going on between Glory's family and her best friend's family. I liked that subplot. In my opinion, it was a little bit more interesting than the history, like the glimpse of the future. All in all, though, it's written by A.S. King, and anything A.S. King writes, I'm going to read. So look out for some more A.S. King books to be reviewed later on. I know she has a new book coming out this September, I believe, and so hopefully I'll get my hands on that. But until next time, guys. Oh, and if you've read, you know, Gloria O'Brien's History of the Future, let me know down in the comment section what you thought so we can have a nice discussion about this. Feel free to use spoilers, but make sure you tag it so other people, you know, they don't want to get spoiled. They don't get spoiled. Like, let's not be rude to people. But until next time, guys, bye.